Hello students, in this video we will discuss the topic chemical reactions and equations of class 10th. I am going to tell you tips and tricks on how to write chemical reactions in chemistry. Almost all the changes taking place in matter can be classified into two categories, physical change and chemical change. Physical change is one that changes the shape, size, physical state and appearance of a substance but not its chemical composition. A chemical change is a permanent change and gives rise to one or more new substances with different composition and properties. Here I have some pictures of changes in our everyday life. Let's start with the first picture, melting of ice. It is a physical change because it is reversible and no new substance is formed. Ice just melts into water. Now let's take a look at the next picture. Here you can see a person cooking food. It is a chemical change because we know once the food is cooked, new substances are formed and it is irreversible. In next picture, rusting of iron is shown. It is a chemical change because a new substance is formed. Here iron changes into rust and it is irreversible. In this video, our focus will be on chemical changes. In a chemical change, a chemical reaction takes place. Chemical reaction is a process in which new substances with new properties are formed. So the important thing is something new needs to be formed in a chemical reaction. Here we have some examples of chemical reaction. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives water. So we can see that water is the new substance formed from hydrogen and oxygen. As we know that water has very different properties than hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen are gases, but water in a normal form is a liquid that we drink. Similarly, sodium and chlorine combine to give a new substance, sodium chloride. Here, sodium is a metal which combines with a poisonous gas chlorine to form sodium chloride, the salt that we eat. So that's the magic of chemistry, that in a chemical reaction, new substances with new properties are formed. We will now discuss about reactants and products of a chemical reaction. The substances which take part in a chemical reactions are called reactants. It is written on the left side of the reaction, and the substances formed in a chemical reactions are called products. It is written on the right side of the reaction. For example, when hydrogen and oxygen combine, they form water. In this reaction, hydrogen and oxygen are reactants and water is product. Now let's discuss the characteristics of chemical reactions. Important characteristics are evolution of a gas, formation of a precipitate, change in color, change in temperature, change in state. We will discuss each of the characteristics with examples. Let's start with the first characteristics, which is evolution of a gas. For example, when zinc granules react with dilute hydrochloric acid, then zinc chloride and bubbles of hydrogen gas are produced. So hydrogen gas is evolved in this reaction. Another characteristic is formation of a precipitate. In chemistry, a precipitate is an insoluble solid that emerges from a liquid solution. For example, when colorless solution of lead nitrate and potassium iodide are mixed, then a yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed. So this reactions form a precipitate, something which is insoluble in the solution. Third characteristic is change in color. For example, when a tomato ripens, it changes from green to red color. Let's take another example. When citric acid react with potassium permanganate solution, then the purple color of potassium permanganate solution disappears and becomes colorless. So, chemical reaction can have a change in color. Fourth characteristic is change in temperature. For example, when quicklime reacts with water, then slaked lime is formed and a lot of heat energy is produced. This heat energy raises the temperature, due to which the reaction mixture becomes hot. So, change in temperature is involved here. Now for a final characteristic, which is change in state. As we know that candle is made up of wax, which is a solid. Now when wax burns, then water and carbon dioxide are formed. This means that during the combustion reaction of wax, the physical state changes from solid to liquid and gas. The method of representing a chemical reaction with the help of symbols and formulae of the substances involved in it is known as chemical equation. Word equation to chemical equation. When we write a chemical equation like this, hydrogen plus oxygen gives water, this is known as word equation. Now we will discuss how to convert this word equation into a chemical equation. Remember, for the elements in the equation, we use atomicity, and for the compound in the equation, we use valency. In this equation, hydrogen and oxygen are elements and water is compound. Hydrogen symbol is H and its atomicity is 2. So one molecule of hydrogen is represented by H2. Similarly, oxygen symbol is O and its atomicity is 2. So one molecule of oxygen is represented by O2. We know that the symbol of water is H2O because hydrogen has a valency of 1 and oxygen has a valency of 2. So when we crisscross with the valency, we get H2O. So one molecule of water is represented by H2O. The process of making the number of different types of atoms equal on both the sides of an equation is called balancing of equation. We need to balance the equation because chemical reactions obey the law of conservation of mass, means matter can neither be created nor destroyed. Balancing chemical equations. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. This equation is not completely correct because it is unbalanced equation. We need to balance the equation. In this reaction, H2 and O2 are reactants, whereas H2O is the product. Let us count the number of hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms in reactants and product side. In reactant side, number of hydrogen atoms is 2 and oxygen atom is also 2. But in product side, number of hydrogen atoms is 2 and oxygen atom is 1. So we observe that the number of hydrogen atoms is equal on both the reactants and product side, but the number of oxygen atoms is unequal. There are 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side, but only 1 oxygen atom on the product side. To have 2 oxygen atoms on the product side, we multiply H2O by 2 and write 2H2O. Let's count the number of various atoms on both the sides again. Though the number of oxygen atoms has become equal, that is 2 on both the sides, but the number of hydrogen atoms has now become unequal. There are 2 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side, but 4 hydrogen atoms on the product side. To have 4 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side, we multiply H2 by 2 and write 2H2. So that in the reactants and product side, number of hydrogen and oxygen atoms become equal. Hence, it is a balanced equation. Remember, you must always balance your chemical equation. Never leave them unbalanced. Now let's learn how to write the physical states in a chemical reaction. The important physical states are solid, which is indicated by the symbol S, liquid state by L, gaseous state by G, and aqueous solution is indicated by the symbol AQ. An aqueous solution is a solution in which the solvent is water. The physical states of the reactants and the products are shown by putting the state symbols just after their formulae in an equation. It will become more clear from the following example. Zinc metal reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate solution and hydrogen gas. Here, zinc metal is a solid, so we write symbol S. Dilute sulfuric acid is an aqueous solution, we write AQ. Zinc sulfate is also an aqueous solution, we write AQ. And hydrogen is a gas, so we write G just after the formula in an equation. In this way, we make the equation more informative by mentioning the physical states of the various substances involved in the chemical reaction. Now I am sure that this topic is crystal clear. Thank you.